Hello, welcome to Race Crash series number 13. Topic Solutions and Colligative Properties. Let us see the first question. The mole fraction of the solute in 1 molar aqueous solution is. We have 4 options given. Okay. So what is the meaning of molal is nothing but molality given. Okay. And they ask me mole fraction. You can see mole fraction of solute we don't know, that we have to find. And 1 molar solution means 1 kg of solvent is there. Nothing but water. So water number of moles can be obtained by dividing this 1000 with 18. We will get 55.55. So number of moles of solute is 1 molar 1. Why? Because indirectly they have given in the question 1 molar means number of moles of solute is 1 mole. So that substitute in the mole fraction of solute formula, X solute is equals to number of moles of solute by solute number of moles plus solvent number of moles. Solute number of moles in a way is 1 by solvent plus solute moles is 56.5. So we got 0.0177. So approximately you can consider 0.018 and which is equal to same as that of our second option. So B option is the right option for this question. See the next question. A solution is prepared by mixing ethanol and water. The mole fraction of ethanol in the mixture is 0.9. Given vapor pressure of pure water and vapor pressure of pure ethanol are 32.8 Hg and 40 mm Hg respectively. The vapor pressure of solution M is how much? So they are giving vapor pressure of pure ethanol as 40 mm of Hg. From this we can find. So if you take capital P as a total vapor pressure, then according to Raoult's law, this P is equals to P naught A into Xj. That means the vapor pressure of pure component into mole fraction. Pure component given is 40 into 0.9. 0.9, why? This is mole fraction given is 36 mm Hg came. Hence, solute is non-volatile and the vapor pressure of pure ethanol is 40 mm Hg. So the correct answer is 36 mm Hg. B option is the right option for this one. See the next question. A corked soda water bottle contains CO2 gas at 3.8 atmosphere pressure at 273 Kelvin. The bottle was opened and the air entered in the bottle. So the air and CO2 at equilibrium had pressure 3.5 × 10⁻⁴ atmosphere at 298 Kelvin. The concentration of CO2 is corked bottle as well as in the open bottle at equilibrium or in moles per liter is how much? So we have to find this concentration. Okay. See, they have already given Henry's constant of aqueous solution of CO2, that is 3.2 × 10⁻²⁻² moles per liter. So at 273 Kelvin, Henry's constant value also given. So in the solution, according to Henry's law, we can say the concentration is K into P, where C is the concentration of the gas, K is Henry's constant and P is the partial pressure of the gas. So for corked bottle, if you check it, the concentration is 7.77 in 10⁻⁻² moles per liter per atmosphere into pressure given in the problem is 3.8. So we got this is 0.2926 moles per liter. That is the answer for it. And coming to the second one, open bottle, if you check it, corked bottle, now it is open bottle. First corked bottle answer we got is 0.2926. Open bottle, if you see, even open bottle, this Henry's constant value 3.2 into 10⁻⁻² into 3.5 10⁻⁻⁴. That is pressure. Pressure already given 3.5 10⁻⁻⁴ here. So upon simplification we got 1.12 10⁻⁻⁵ moles per liter. That is the answer for it. So on seeing about the things, option D is matches with this discussion. which has minimum osmotic pressure. 200 ml of 2m NaCl, 200 ml of 1m glucose, 200 ml of 2m urea solution, all have the same. So we know osmotic pressure is a colligative property. So it depends upon the number of particles. Sodium gives 2 particles, so colligative property osmotic pressure is high for it. So concentration of particles is less in the case of non-ionizable glucose and urea. So 1 molar glucose solution has minimum osmotic pressure, hence the concentration of this glucose is minimum osmotic pressure. So concentration of glucose is 1 molar, because of that this osmotic pressure is minimum in case of glucose. So B option is the right option for it. Next question. Vapor pressure of pure A is 70 mm Hg at 25 degrees Celsius. It forms an ideal solution with B in which mole fraction of A is 0.8. If the vapor pressure of solution is 84 mm of Hg at 25 degrees Celsius, the vapor pressure of pure B is how much? So it is according to Raoult's law, the total vapor pressure is equals to P0 A XA plus P0 B XB. In this, for A, if you substitute these values, that is XA value is mole fraction of this A component given in the problem is 0.8, and XB can be obtained, that is 1 minus 0.8 is 0.2. Vapor pressure of pure component A is given as 70 mm Hg, that of total pressure given as 84. So we don't know what is P0 B. So that one is substituted in this formula. After that, P0 B value became 84 minus 56 by 0.2. So finally 140 mm Hg we got. That is the correct answer for this question. So option C is the right option for it. Next question. Density of 2.05 molar solution of acetic acid in water is 1.02 grams per ml. The molality of the solution is, so to find the molality we have a formula. Molality is equals to 1000 to m by 1000 to d minus molality into this molecular weight of the solute. So now in this formula, capital M is molarity and small m is molality. Capital M1 is molecular weight and D is density. We have to find this molality, that is substituting the values. Molarity given the problem is 2.05 and the molecular weight of acetic acid is 60, while that of density given is in the problem is 1.02 and molality is 2.05 into 60. So in substituting all these things upon simplification, finally we got the molality answer as 2.28 moles per kilogram. So this is C is the correct answer for this question. See the next question. If the solubility of a gas A in water at NTP is at 0.95 bar pressure is 0.15 molality. Then calculate Henry's constant. 0.15 means that is the number of moles of this gas, and 0.95 bar is, that is the partial pressure of the gas. We have to find Henry's constant Kh. Let us see the solubility of the gas discussion should be started with the water. Here number of moles of water is 55.5 is very clear. Now the number of moles of this gas A given in the problem is 0.15. So we have calculated the mole fraction from it. Mole fraction is nothing but mole fraction of the gas is number of moles of gas is 0.15 divided by total number of moles. We got 2.69 in 10 power minus 3. So this mole fraction is substituted in the Henry's formula. Partial pressure is equals to Kh into Xa. Okay. So and in that you substituted the value of partial pressure given the problem as 0.95. And Kh value upon simplification we got 353.2. So this is the answer for this question, that is Henry's constant value. Let's see the next question. The degree of dissociation of alpha of a weak electrolyte AXBY is related to Van 't Hoff factor I by the expression. Then we have to consider this formula ionization equation. After taking the ionization equation, AXBY in equilibrium with XA Y plus YB X minus means A charges plus Y, B charges X minus in the after the dissociation. So alpha is called degree of dissociation. At equilibrium, the number of moles is 1 minus alpha for AXBY, and for A it is X alpha, for B it is Y alpha. So total number of moles at equilibrium calculated we got is 1 plus alpha into X plus Y minus 1. So this alpha calculated from it we got is I minus 1 by X plus Y minus 1. So that first option, A option, is matching with this one. So A is the right answer for this. Next, 18 grams of glucose CCH12O6 molecular weight is 180 moles per moles is dissolved in 1 kilogram of water in a saucepan. A temperature at which water will boil, that is to be calculated, and the given pressure is 1.013 and Kb value for water given as 0.52 kilogram per mole. So here this is colligative property, elevation and boiling point formula we have to use. In this formula, the Kb value given in the problem, Kb into the weight of the solute, given in the problem is 18 grams. Here 18 grams in the problem already given. Divided molecular weight of glucose is 180 and to the weight of the solvent is 1 kg. So molality only, this is simply molality, delta Tb is equals to Kb into molality. So this molality expansion is this one only. This is the expansion. So in this substituted the values given the problem, got delta Tb is 0.052. And boiling point, they are asking us boiling point, the temperature at which water will boil, means boiling point is said to be equals to this delta Tb value plus 373. Water boiling point is raised when we add this glucose. So 373.052 Kelvin is the answer. So option B is the right answer for this question. Next one. 200 ml of an aqueous solution of a protein contains its 1.26 grams. The osmotic pressure of the solution at 300 Kelvin is found to be 2.57 10 to the power of minus 3 bar. The molar mass of protein will be how much? See, osmotic pressure formula pi V is equals to nRT as per the Ostwald dilution principle. So the Van 't Hoff theory giving pi V is equals to nRT, where n is equals to weight by molecular weight. So in this we have to find what is m. Molecular weight is equals to WRT by pi V, simplification. Of that, weight given the problem is 1.26 and R value 0.83 and temperature given the problem is 300 Kelvin divided by this osmotic pressure. Pi is nothing but osmotic pressure in the problem is given as 2.57 10 to the power of minus 3 bar into this volume. Volume we have 200 ml is there, convert into liters, we have 200 by 1000. So after converting this, simplifying this one, we got 61038 so grams per mole. That is the molar mass of the protein. 61,038 grams came. So D option is the answer for it. See the next question. A 0.01 molar solution of potassium iodide is found to be isotonic with the 0.19 molar solution of urea. The apparent degree of ionization of potassium iodide will be. So here isotonic means their osmotic pressure value should be equalized. Now, before that, you have to see the theoretical osmotic pressure is 0.01. So pi is equal to CRT formula. This alpha value is considered as the degree of ionization. For potassium iodide, the alpha value here given as total number of moles given as 1 plus alpha, because there are two particles are coming. So observed osmotic pressure is said to be equals to theoretical osmotic pressure into this 1 plus alpha number of particles. So here, assuming this is first equation and we substitute that one in the CRT formula. So C value we got is 0.01 into this R into T, that is 1 plus alpha. So osmotic pressure of urea. Now urea is the second solution. First solution, this is calculated potassium iodide. Second one for urea, this will be, this is given as already given as 0.19 RT. So this is second equation. Both should be get equalized as they are said to be isotonic solutions. So in this RT will get cancelled. Okay, once RT will get cancelled, the remaining portion will be simplified. After taking the simplified formula, we got alpha is equals to 1.9 minus 1 is 0.9 km. That is nothing but 90%. 90% means option C is the right option for it. Next question, match the following if the molecular weights of x, y and z are same. Okay, Kb values of x, y, z given respectively. How much? So we have to identify what are the Kb values in this one. So for this, you can check it here. What are the boiling point? That means the boiling point, the liquid changes to vapor. So in change liquid to vapor, randomness, entropy increases. Since the difference in randomness between the liquid and the vapor is extremely high, the extent of randomness change is almost the same for all liquids. Here, boiling point of X 100, boiling point of Y is 27, the boiling point of Z is 253. Okay, and now when this Kb is said to be directly proportional to boiling point, then the Kb of X is 0.68 and Kb of Y is 0.53, Kb of Z is 0.98. Why? Because here, which is a small value, which is big value, accordingly you can arrange it. Okay, Kb value is small value is nothing but that is 0.53 for Y. 0.53 for Y. And for Z it is 0.98, for X it is 0.68. So X is 0.68, Y is 0.53 and Kb for Z is 0.98. So the correct answer is option C for it, because 0.68, 0.53, 0.98. Okay, that is the right option for this one. So you have to match the following accordingly. We got the correct answer is option C. Next question, a solution M is prepared by mixing ethanol and water. The mole fraction of ethanol in mixture is 0.9 and given Kf value for water is 1.86, Kf value for ethanol is 2.0 and Kb value for water is 0.52, Kb value for ethanol is 1.2 Kelvin kilogram per mole. Now standard freezing point and boiling point of ethanol also given as 155.7 and that of the boiling point is 351.5. Molecular weight of water and ethanol are 18 grams and 46 grams per mole respectively given. So we have a question here, the freezing point of solution M is how much? Let us see. First, we have a formula that delta Tf is equals to Kf into M. That we substitute the values, then after substitution the molality and all these things we got 4.83 for delta Tf. So now what is freezing point? Freezing point of the solution will be Tf naught minus delta Tf. So 155 given in the problem minus this 4.83, we got 150.9 Kelvin is the answer for this first one. So option D is the right option for the first question. See the second question. Water is added to the solution M such that the mole fraction of water in the solution becomes 0.9. So the boiling point of the solution is how much? So after adding water, this is the boiling point we have to calculate. And see, delta TB value, KB value already given the problem is 0.52. The delta TB after calculation here you got 3.2. Now boiling point of the solution is nothing but boiling point of solvent plus delta TB value. Both if you add 376.2 we got. So what is the correct answer for the second question is B option is the right option for this second question after that simplification. See the next question. The correct order of boiling points of the following aqueous solutions: 0.0001 molar sodium chloride, that is first one; 0.0001 molar urea, that is second solution; 0.001 molar magnesium chloride, third solution; 0.01 NaCl is how much? Okay, this one we have 4 are there. This is also fourth one. Assume this is also fourth one. So we have 4 are there. So we have to arrange the order of boiling point. See, what the concept here is, greater the value of delta TB, greater will be the boiling point. That is very clear. That's why delta TB is direct equals to the I into KB into M, Van 't Hoff factor also introduced. And in this Van 't Hoff factor for the first one, like NaCl, if you take, the 2 particles are coming into its molarity 0.0002 km. Like the same, if you do it for urea, only 1 particle will come from urea. This molarity, whatever is there, that is multiplied with 1, remains delta TB answer same. And moving to delta TB of magnesium chloride, that 3 particles are coming from magnesium chloride. So that value got 0.003 for magnesium chloride. While that of NaCl with a different concentration 0.01, you got 0.02. So in this 0.02 of the fourth one is big one. Okay, so after that we have 0.003. So that is second one. So fourth one, third one. Fourth one is greater than third one greater than first one is greater than second one. So it matches with our third option. Option C is the right option for this question. Next question. Kf for water is 1.86 Kelvin kilogram per mole. If your automobile holds 1 kilogram of water, how many grams of ethylene glycol, that is C2H6O2, must you add to get the freezing point of the solution lowered to minus 2.8 degrees? Okay, so it is delta TF calculation only. Delta TF is given as 2.8 degrees Celsius. Why? Because they have given the freezing point value as minus 2.8. So delta TF formula is TF naught, that means freezing point of solvent minus freezing point of solution. So that we got 2.8 degrees Celsius. Now molecular weight from the given formula of ethylene glycol after calculation got 62 grams we got. And weight of ethylene glycol here, that is equals to W2. We don't know that one actually. Why? Because see, how many grams means what is the weight of ethylene glycol, we don't know. So that we have to find. But weight of water given, that is 1 kg. So in substituting these values in the formula, standard formula, we have delta TF is equals to Kf into W2 by M2 into W1. We got the simplification 2.8 into 62 into 1 by 1.86. Upon simplification we got 93 grams, means option A is the number of grams of ethylene glycol must be added to get the freezing point of the solution lower to minus 2.80 degrees. The next question. For a dilute solution containing 2.5 grams of a non-volatile electrolyte solution in 100 grams of water. So water mass given. The elevation of boiling point at 1 atmosphere pressure is much lower than concentration of the solvent. So the vapor pressure of the solution is how much? So it looks very clear that Raoult's law should be applicable in this one. So first we have to find the molality. So what is the molality of the solution? So molality of the solution is weight by molecular weight into 1000 by weight of the solvent. Weight of the substance here given is 2.5 and molecular weight of the substance, molecular weight of the substance we don't know. So that will be continued like this only. Weight of solvent given as 100 grams in the problem. This is 100 grams of water given, that is 100 grams. So molality we got is 25 by molecular weight. Assume this is first equation. Coming to the delta TB formula, delta TB is equal to Kb into molality, and in that molality value we got is 2 by 0.76. Why? Because delta TB value here which is equals to 2. Okay, why these values need to be substituted is nothing but we have to find the molecular weight of the solute. So molecular weight of the non-electrolyte, that means solute, will be calculated by equalizing first equation, second equation. You got 9.5. 9.5 is the molecular weight we got for that one. And now we know that vapor pressure 1 atmosphere, that is equals to 760 millimeters. Now it can be understood that according to Raoult's law of dilute solutions, P naught solvent minus P naught solute by P naught solvent is a mole fraction of solute. And in this, molecular weight of the solute we calculate is 9.5. Weight of the solute given the problem is 2.5. So number of moles is 2.5 by 9.5. And that of solvent, solvent mass given is 100 grams. 100 by 18 is the number of moles of solvent. So upon simplification, we got this partial pressure of solute is 724 millimeter Hg. So option A is the right answer for the question. Next question. The osmotic pressure of 1 molarity sodium chloride solution at 27 degrees Celsius is. So osmotic pressure is colligative property and formula is pi is equal to n0t, where the number of moles given in the problem is 1 mole, R value 0.0821 and temperature given is 27 means 300 Kelvin, by volume given is 1 liter. Okay, molarity for 1 liter only we will discuss. So upon substituting all these values, we got 24.6 atmosphere is the osmotic pressure. So B option is the right option for it. Next question. The boiling point of 1 molar aqueous solution with a density 1.04 grams and potassium chloride will be how much? They are asking boiling point of 1 molar aqueous solution of potassium chloride. So they are given number of moles and they have given the Kb value also. So you can use delta Tb formula, but dissociation Van 't Hoff factor should be considered. That's why here we have taken Van 't Hoff factor value for potassium chloride is 2, and while that of weight of solvent calculated from the density calculations and all, that is 1040 grams is the mass of this solution we have calculated from the density minus the molar. 1 molar means number of moles of this potassium chloride is 1 mole is 74.5. That we are subtracted from the total mass of the solution, got 965.5 is the mass of solvent. So that can be substituted in the molality expression, and 965.55 is grams, that we converted into kilograms. We got 0.9655 and remaining I value is 2, and weight of this one is 74.5 and Kb value substituted. After that, delta Tb value we got is 1.08. Now what is the boiling point? Boiling point is equals to 373 plus 1.08. We got 374.8. So 374.08 means that is the C option is the right option for this question. Thank you for this session. We will meet in the next session with some interesting questions with solutions for the coming crash courses. CET examination is there. For that, we will launch very good, interesting questions, expected questions also. Thank you very much.